Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, depending from where you're watching us from. This is Our Faces. And tonight we're watching the second match in Group A of the eSailing Nations Cup. With me is Alberto. I'm Oscar, your host. Alberto, how are you doing?
Good. Really excited to see the new country, Hungary, racing against Italy tonight. Italy coming from a second place last year, victory a couple of years ago. And Hungary is the first time in the Nations Cup we have a lot of expectation from this match.
Exactly. We're not too sure what Hungary's level is. We know that they have very strong players, but we know Italy is a very strong team as well. As you said, having won the silver medal last year, and I think it's 2 bronze medals in total.
Yep. 1 gold, 1 bronze, 1 silver, 1 fourth.
Yeah. I did
5
prepare
seconds
some
to the
stats.
start.
I'm gonna get them under my eye so we can go over them as the match happens. Throughout the night, we see a false start from Release Eid. Vizvidor trapped between Amos and Fabio Zak.
Tough situation now from the Hungarian team. They are struggling a little bit, but the right wing shift hopefully will bring Release Eid in a stronger position. Also, Fabio Zak and Amos DB have only 15 knots over there, so even on the forecast for the downwind, this one will be an interesting match, even if the victory of the start is Italian. We have Release Eid already on the ley line on the starboard side, but we need to remember these marks are not left on the left-hand side. But you turn in a clockwise kind of situation. So in this case, you will have to be on port when you're turning around the mark, and this one will create a little bit of trouble. As you can see, Fabio Zak and Amos Bennett are really close to each other, with the Visitor in third position.
Exactly. Italy still in the lead, so Hungarians are going to be able to wind shadow them with the offshore racer. We're on the end course, if I'm not mistaken, for this race in the offshore racer. So it's going to be this long downwind, and this is where everything should happen for them.
Let's see how they work.
Split.
Really strong wind for the Italian, and now we'll see how the Hungarian will reply about that. And Release Eid is in cover of Amos Bennett. They are pushing to the starboard ley line at the moment. Amos Bennett is underneath wind cover from Release Eid. The wind is kind of strong still, so if he continues like that, yes, he will lose some meter, but he's not certain that Release Eid will catch him up or not.
I was just looking at the stats for Italy for last year. So last year they won 5 of their 6 matches in the round robin stage, having only lost against Japan in a narrow loss, 3-4 for Japan. And then they wait on all the way to all the way to the grand final, where they lost to France 5-4 with a very tight match, which means that they have won 78% of their matches in 2024. Only
That's
2 defeats.
Release Eid is not really well covering Amos DB. He has the opportunity to slow him down, but he's not actually slowing down. At the moment, tricky situation now for Hungary with the 1-2 Italian. The kite up for everyone. 12 knots for the leader. Release Eid dropped the kite and lost the few meters that could have changed a little bit the course of the race. Italian splits. They do not want to allow the Hungarian team to go on the right-hand side. And I believe is an easy win here. What do you think?
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward for the Italians. They took the lead at the start, managed to keep the Hungarians in control the fleet. Did not defended well against the Hungarians. Were in the downwind, so they didn't got overtaking during that downwind. Now they're again in the lead for the last upwind, and there's just no chance for the Hungarians currently to catch up for this first race. So looks like it's going to be the first one to Italy.
Yeah, there are there are 100 meters to the finishing line now. Let's see what will be the difference in time between Italy and Hungary.
As Fabio Zak is crossing the start line now. Fast tag for Amos, who is crossing the finish line just 5 seconds after his teammate. And 3 and 4 for the two Hungarians. As the start procedure has been given for race number 2. Let's switch to the water and see what they have for us. Gatto, hi all, ciao Alberto, ciao Oscar, hope you're doing well.
Ciao Gatto.
Been a while since I've seen Gatto in the chat.
Yeah, that's true.
50 seconds to go. So with the F50, you'll see them. You're going to start far from the start line. You want to hit that start line at max velocity without doing any false starts. Obviously, usually they start approaching at around 20 seconds. So each player has their different strategies. Some prefer doing some back and forth between the start line and the boundaries.
It's interesting because nearby the boundaries there are only 15 knots, while near the start line there is more wind. So you need to start a little bit earlier because you will not reach high speed. And as you can see, TTH Virag she's a little bit late. Everybody is actually slow down, but there is no actual need for it. As you can see, they're all late. 1 second late.
Yeah, it's kind of like the last race between Germany and Sweden. They all took the start kind of late. But at the same time, so we see Lorenzo and Pimpi surrounding Das Boots.
Yeah, let's see if Lorenzo is going for the hunt.
To take wide, and Lorenzo is going to push Das Boot away, indeed. And RG Tyler, howdy lads. Let's go on in Italy. Supporting Italy.
Yeah. Strong start for the Italian. After the first mark, they have 1, 2, 3. And the TTH Virag is actually trying to squeeze in, but penalty for Movimento Cinquenodi.
She did put the penalty on
Lorenzo.
Exactly. Penalty on Movimento Cinquenodi from TTH Virag, but she herself took the penalty afterwards from Lorenzo, as you said. Lorenzo also taking the penalty. I didn't see what penalty that was for Lorenzo, but that does allow Release E, Das Boot, and TTH Virag to come into 2-3-4, with only Pimpi in the lead for the Italians. So that was a pretty good maneuver from the Hungarians for this first mark rounding.
At the moment, the combo is winning for Hungarians, though TTH Virag and Lorenzo are really, really close. And TTH Virag is being covered by Relizid, so she's going 1 knot slower than Lorenzo, and probably she was going to lose the position. Let's see what's happening in the next stack.
We see the ranking on the left updating, giving the advantage to Lorenzo, and TTH Virag decides to attack over Lorenzo. And we see Pimpi at the top over there. She's alone. When she's on starboard, she might take first. Well, she's going to confirm her first place here. Lorenzo deciding to tack again. Movimento Cinquenodi in the middle of the 2 ley lines.
This one is tricky now for Italy. They are in a serious disadvantage. And they compromise everything because they were too aggressive. There was no need. They have a comfortable 1-2-3, and they destroy themselves with 2 penalties. And now we will see probably Pimpy coming back.
Yeah, Pimpy's gonna have to do something to try to slow down the Hungarians. They're not that far, Movimento Cinco Nodi and Lorenzo, so if a penalty is given to one of the Hungarians, they're gonna be able to overtake.
Yeah.
Breast Power says done, and Slimy Frog, I'm downloading VRI on my laptop right now. I already have it on my phone. Good to hear. So it's actually you don't need to download it on your laptop. It's just a web page. You just need to search Virtua Regatta, and you'll have the web page. You'll have the 2 games, offshore and inshore. Right now we're watching inshore.
Bad mistake of Das Boot and TTH Virag, and now Lorenzo has the opportunity to get the position.
Maybe a dial down from TTH Virag could have
been a little bit risky.
Yeah, would have been risky. She would have lost the place to Lorenzo. And she's gonna have to duck down Lorenzo. Almost doing a dial down. We're trying to trick her into thinking she was gonna do a dial down to exaggerate her her bearing away.
Yeah. Too many attacks, in my opinion, for the Hungarian female player here. And the 2-3-6 is not a winning combo for Hungary. So,
yeah, you
nice
need 1 and 2 or
Italy.
2 and 3 without 6 if you want to win. Am I correct?
Yeah, correct.
2, 3, 5, yeah.
2-3-5 or 2-3-4. But at the moment, Lorenzo have done an amazing slam dunk in front of the Hungarian sailors. Let's see what Das Boot is going to do.
Yeah, he's gonna have to try to get TTH Virag out of that 6th place. Lorenzo is slowing down to try to put the penalty on TTH Virag.
And
TTH Virag takes the penalty. Yep. I don't know if he's probably gonna try to stay on her until it's too late for Das Boot. Das Boot is gonna let Movimento Cinco Nodi take 3rd.
That was a big mistake by Das Boot. And PP on the win, because 1-3 is always winning. So now Movimento Cinco Nodi win the match for Italy.
And Lorenzo is even gonna take 4th. Yeah, I don't think Das Boot was sure into what he would.
Yeah, I believe we can jump in to the match. Yeah. And if you want, we can look it from the top to see how the players are positioning themselves on the starting area. This one will be really, really interesting because you will see clearly the boats between the 2 different colors. The white and the red one are actually really, really well recognizable from the top. There is a penalty for Das Boot and Sunia.
Yeah, we still have 20 seconds to go, so they should be able to recover from it. But we do see 3 Italians in front of 2 of the Hungarians, 1 of the Hungarian near the committee boat, 1 coming from the pin end, but kind of late.
And there is a start. I believe everybody is
You see
clear.
several false starts. Shunia was did a false start. I think Schutz Peter might have as well.
At the moment, we are combo winning for Hungary. (17-20), 17-19.
4 is pretty good in a 4v4. They got 3 of their players in the top 4.
Yeah.
I think usually that's a win, even if you have the last place. So you just need to keep that. You are going to leave that top mark on your starboard. And Amos saying, go Italy.
Yeah. Oh, there's also Pimpy in the chat. Well done from the previous race. So Das Boot doing tech underneath Tommy's Temple bow. Let's see if it's happening again. Yeah, everything is pushing again. We have Charizard still in the lead. The combo is slightly changed with Das Boot losing really a lot of position because he's doing a lot of tacking. Seems Zutz, Peter, let's go for Peter. Going a little bit lower, forgetting Ottavio, but focusing on Tommy. Probably they want to focus to have the 7 and 8. Let's see what is going to happen at the running on the mark with Italy at the moment in the lead.
Yep, Charizard is going to take that first place. He's going to be the first one to reach that mark. He has the potential to put a nasty mark trap on the following Hungarians. But Ottavio still is also there with him, so Ottavio still taking.
Look at the nasty trap over there.
And the Hungarians kind of bunched up together. There was some friendly fire between them. And we see Charizard and Ottavio still just cruising in front.
At the moment, only 17 knots. And the Zutz decide to stay behind to help Xunia. Because at the moment, Italy is in the lead with 16 points, with a 20 for Hungary.
We need to get one of these players in front as we see Junia taking a penalty from Tommy Temple 0777. I didn't see which one it was. But in front...
hit the mark.
Oh, 31. Okay, that's unfortunate. These are the kind of penalties that just slow you down and for no reason.
Yep.
Charizard and Ottavio Cell are a bit far from Das Boot for him to be able to put a wind shadow currently.
And penalty on Tommy.
Yep. From Junia.
Yeah. Italy can win with 1-2 in all the combo except if they have 7 and 8. I believe if I'm a Hungarian team, I will have one pushing Italy away with Das Boot, and the other 3 will fight against the last 2.
Yeah, you gotta focus on JL777, try to put him into 7th.
Yeah. And Peter is doing an amazing job here with the help of Rasta Tempo. But JL77 is not his first rodeo. You can see it.
Well, he's currently in 6th. It's gonna be Junia in 7th.
Yeah,
and he's
because
quite far.
Tommy is doing an amazing job here, slowing Xunia down. And the Hungarian need to do better. Peter need to be more aggressive. Need to slow down Jibe and give him a penalty. Look, he heard me. But he missed.
Well, Junia is taking the penalty behind, so that's going to push him into 8 and allow Tommy Tamble to catch up a bit.
Penalty
in front's going to be Rasa Tempo taking a penalty, allowing the 2 Italians to...
Big mistake for Das Boot at the moment. He is the last hope for Hungarian to catch up JL77. But he actually made it. He's making it.
Yeah, they are getting closer to JL777, so they need to put the penalty to get Shoot Speeder in front.
Yeah.
And then they gotta focus on Tommy Tamble as well. They have quite a distance between Tommy Tamble and Junia.
Yeah, 100 meter is a lot. Oh, mistake by Rasta Tempo. Wrong tap.
Yeah, he slowed down a bit trying to round that mark. Meanwhile, Charizard is still in front. Otavio Cell still with him. And we got Das Boot shoots Peter in front of JL777. Maybe a Daldon or something. Let the two Italians in front take the front and focus on the last two Italians.
This is
Yeah,
what
this is what Zemendes is saying.
Is bringing here.
Repeat that, sorry?
Italy have a lot of experience here. Have a lot of team racing done, and you can feel it from how they're playing. They're well organized. They know what they need to do. Ottavio is slowing them down to allow JL to not be caught in the middle. Ottavio is smart enough not losing the second position to other sailors.
Also, Tempo is going to attack in front of JL777. Charizard is going to go wide, help out his teammate.
Yeah.
Forcing Rossa to attack away. And watch out with their friendly fire with Das Boot over here. You don't want to...
Nice cross by the Hungarian.
Peter is still in 6, and Tommy Tembo is still keeping Chunya in 8.
It's really, really difficult now with only 200 meters left. And as you can see, Das Boot is trying to be a little bit more aggressive. He should be trying more now. As you can see...
You're getting closer to the finish line, so it has to be now or it's going to be too late.
Oh, penalty from Katsuya.
Penalty for Tommy Tambo. That puts him in 8, so now they got to focus on JL777. Put a...
Yeah. But Das Boot didn't see it. Das Boot is not slowing down, he's not trying to give him a penalty.
Yeah, they got to put the penalty on JL777. They got to push him into 7.
Wrong tack here, I believe, from Das Boot. And well done to Italy.
Maybe Rasa Tempo can dial down, but I think the Hungarians are still too far to catch up. It's going to be another win for the Italians.
Yeah.
The 1-2-5-8 at 16 points, 20 for the Hungarians.
Yeah. And really, really well done to the... There is one battle that was Katsuya Tommy Tambo that was really, really fun to watch.
And probably saw it too late and weren't aggressive enough to attack and get the Italians in 7 and 8 once they saw that they lost the 1 and 2.
It's interesting how the Italian keep the team together. So the 3v3 is always done by the same sailors. Before was Movimento 5 Nodi, Lorenzo and Pimpi. Again, Movimento 5 Nodi, Lorenzo and Pimpi. So in this way, they're really consistent on the procedure rather than the boat they're using. And they focus more on the team strategy rather than the specific skills about the sailor. Really, really interesting choice by the Italian here.
Yeah, Ben. We'll also say Hungary first ever Nations Cup. Their first ever game going up against the vice champions and champions of 2 years ago. So definitely not an easy team to go up against.
No, absolutely not. 3 seconds to the start, and I believe the Italians are a little bit better. 1 penalty for TTH Virag, the rest of the Hungarian team covered by Italians on the second row of the starting line, and Italy start with 1, 2, 3. At the moment, that double tack for the Italian and the Hungarian. Italy want to go on the right hand side to make sure that they're going to get it. I want to see actually one thing, that is Lorenzo and Movimento 5 Nodi going away and try to run away, and Pimpi make all the blocks she can to let the 1-2 winning this race.
Yep. Well, you just said one of the winning combos, a 1 and a 2 and a 3v3 will always win the race. Zemendes saying experience really makes a difference. Most Italian names have TRL background, TRL being Team Racing League that the community on Ensure has created to to do some team racing with an elo ranking and everything. So if you're not in there, you can definitely join. The link is in the Retrogata Discord.
Yeah.
And is it mandatory to swap players between races? It's not mandatory to swap players between races.
I know you remember all the rules, how to put the roster down.
I don't know. I do not.
So there are two mixed races that are, for example, this 3v3, where one male and one female need to participate. And the maximum number of races that each player can do is 3. So as you can understand, one strong player cannot win the whole event. So Lorenzo by himself, even if he's the strongest one, he cannot win by himself because he can race a maximum of 3 races, and there are a total of 4 races. And that was the idea behind it. At the moment, Italy is 1-2-3, rounding the mark. Lorenzo and Movimento 5 Nodi in the lead. Let's see what Pimpy she's going to do. She's probably trying to do some mark trap. As you can see, she's slowing down. She wants to block them all together. Probably she allows them too much space, but still there's no overlap. Well done by Pimpy. Is really millimetrical, not overlap here, and then she blocks. Look how impressive is this block.
Yeah, it's gonna allow Movimento and Lorenzo to fly in front. Pimpy putting almost 2 penalties. One on Visador. Grega managed to escape. TTH Barry is gonna be behind her. Movimento and Lorenzo are too far ahead to be in any of the Italians' wind shadow. So now Hungarians probably need to do their best to try to catch up as much as they can. It's going to be hard with the star, as we're going to see still the battle here between TTH Birag and Pimpy, as Pimpy puts the penalty on TTH Birag, who's going to be slowed down for another 10 seconds, while keeping Grega in her wind shadow.
Yeah. Really, really well done from Pimpy here. She broke the overlap, and she gets the position. I believe there is not much we can commentate here. I want to ask the chat, what do you think Hungary could have done better in this race?
Well, we have Tej Vanide saying, terrible start from the Hungarians, lucky it's a star with the nice downwinds. They do have this last very long downwind, so if there is a shift that the Italians have read wrong that will allow the Hungarians to catch up, maybe it's not over yet. You know, RG Tyler and Gato is supporting Pimpy in the great maneuver and mark trap that she did to allow both of her teammates to rush in front.
It wasn't a worthy sacrifice, I would say.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with team race. You know, your one of the best strategies would be to get just the necessary positions to win. You don't need everyone at the front. So if in this scenario 1 and 2 is always a win, then get the 1 and 2, but then the third player just has to wreak havoc on the opponents to try to slow them down as much as they can, because you don't really care about the positioning of the last player as long as you get the 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And the last player can be the wild card, just, you know, attacking and mark trapping and doing all the dirty things.
Sfera Caval, if you disconnect from the game, I believe you are Movimento 5 Nodi. If you disconnect from the game, if you are not him, welcome to...
Good night, see you there, right?
Yeah. And if you're not him, welcome to the live. I think we can start a bet here. Who is going to win between Pimpy and TTH Virag?
Well, does Pimpy prefer defending or attacking?
I'm not saying this. I do not want to give a help to the chat here, so they can say it. Ooh,
well, Pimpy taking the penalty here by TTH Virag, so that's going to allow TTH Virag to take a bit of a lead. Not enough to escape the wind shadow from Pimpy, so Pimpy might still have the time to come back. And you're gonna have to repeat that again and again
Yeah,
until they
no-
reach the finish line, as Movimento
Yeah.
Cinquenotti and Lorenzo are going to be crossing the finish line together in a 1 and 2, getting the win for Italy in that 4th round. Brega and Visitor in 3 and 4. And let's switch back to TTH Virag and Pimpy.
Really nice battle here. You can see Pimpy keeping the control. She's trying the attack a little bit too early here, just to go for fastest boat here. 7.2 for her, 6.8 for TTH Virag. She's defending the position. She breaks the overlap. There is still almost an overlap over there. They're going same speed. There is no overlap still. Let's go from the top and see how close they are. And it will be a win from Pimpy here. It will be a really, really close one, and will be.
It's a win.
I will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, just kidding. 1, 2, 5 is a winning combo, and is the one that I like the most because 1, 2, 5 allow you to have 9 and 10. Everything better than 1, 2, 5 is obviously a winning combo. So 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. So you need to have just a 3 in the top half if you want to win. It's a kind of a safe bet.
Well, let's see if Hungary can pull this one off.
Yeah, 36 seconds to the start. The starting line is really narrow, so I believe there will be a lot of penalties here. Let's see who is going to take it, who is going to give it. Penalty for Visitor at 13 seconds. He is a little bit late. The Italian team is all in the line, except one that is trying to sneak in. One kind of pen start here. One penalty for Amos Di Benedetto being early. But they have 1, 2, 3, 4. Really, really, really great start from Team Italy. 1, 2, 3, 4. With Tommy Tumble and Amos Di Benedetto probably creating havoc right now. Look, dial down from Amos Di Benedetto, forcing Kuzunia to
Campbell as well. Vizier should be able to pass in front, but KSP is going to have to tack.
Yeah. The question is, could he cross over Ottavio? And he's slowing down to do not give Ottavio any issues. Charizard and JL are going to cross. That says Visitor is in the lead. There's a massive right wing shift, so Visitor actually is catching up on the rest of the fleet, and a massive left wing shift is coming down.
Use that as well. Going outside of Visitor.
Yeah.
Currently, Italy have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, which I believe is better than what Hungary currently are. But we'll see at the mark trap over here. Well, at the mark trap, at the mark, first mark.
It will be a mark trap. You call it already.
And whoever of the two teams gets to be in front of most of the other teams is going to be the most efficient in making that mark trap. I also see Breast Power saying that well done to Italy as well, because well, with the 4-0 out of 7 races, we know that Italy is the winner, as Roberto explained. Now the remaining question is just by how much.
Yeah.
So if it's 4-3, 5-2, it's a narrow win. If it's beyond that, then it's a decisive win, and that'll give them 4 points and tie with Sweden at the top of their group.
We have a little bit of lack of skills from the Hungarian team. Just to explain, the tack is always better if you bear away a little bit, so you can accelerate and exit the tack a little bit faster. They're not using this technique, the Hungarians, even when they can. And the visitor is always exiting like at 3 knots and is always really, really slow.
Yeah, as we see Charizard here taking the inside. No real Mark trap. Visitor taking a penalty from Amos.
Yeah.
And Amos is going to try to stay onto Visitor or not. Otavio Sail behind him. And he's going to take the penalty himself.
Yeah. Let's see if
Peter and Rasta
Ooh.
Tempo's short lead behind. So
Amos
Italy are
missed the mark.
close to having that 1, 2, and 5 winning combo. So the Hungarians are going to have to put them out of this.
Yeah.
Aim is to push Charizard in maybe 6th and keep Otavio Cell and Amos at the back. Gel 777 and Tommy Tamil are too far ahead to try anything on them.
They have a 1, 2, 3 combo.
1, 2, 3
is
combo,
really-
but they're very close to each other. So I believe on that last downwind,
That would be interesting.
SB and Shunya should definitely focus on Charizard, try to push him further back as much as they can. Because currently at the back, Shoots Peter and the rest of the fleet, Rasa Tempo, Visitor managed to put Otavio Cell and Amos in 9 and 10. So they
Yeah.
gotta put Charizard in at least 6th.
Yeah. Not an easy thing to do.
Not an easy thing to
Charizard
do,
is
yeah.
He's
Exactly.
a really tough fighter. So if I have the possibility to choose, I will choose JL because Tommy and Charizard are really, really tough fighter. JL is super fast. So let's see what's happening.
Yeah, but
Before
Gel
the mark, I don't
777 is, I believe, too far.
Yeah. Having someone like a visitor to stay behind and try to block the Italians and make sure that they stay 9 and 10, while the rest of 4 try to catch.
Yeah,
Why
so
not?
we see GL 777 already going to start the last downwind. Charizard and Tommy Campbell managed to put a bit more distance on the Hungarians chasing. And
Really, really
Amos
close to the
is,
mark.
yeah, and the Italians are going to get out of that 9 and 10. Force 2 of the Hungarians in 9 and 10.
Yeah. Is Tommy far away enough? Yeah, it's safe. 9.5, 9.1 is actually going faster, the Italian team, because they are in the path that is going away. Really, really lucky for
And
them.
behind, look what happened. Amos Di Benedetto putting 2 penalties on the Hungarians, Shuznia and Shoots Peter, yep. Rasta
Yeah,
Tempo
you do.
also taking a penalty from Otavio Sale. So this time it was a combination of reading the ships correctly. So as they started that last upwind, we saw Amos and Otavio taking a different path than the rest of the fleet, and they actually managed to gain each 2 positions.
Yeah, they were not covered by the Hungarians. The Hungarians tried to be as fast as possible. The good tactic is to have still one to annoy the Italians. Let's see what Otavio can do now.
Yeah, putting a penalty on Rasa Tempo. He's now surrounded by 2 of the Hungarians, Visitor and Shuznia. He's going to push Shuznia away, taking the penalty himself. Behind Shoots Peter is recovering from a penalty put by Amos. And so a 1, 2, 3, 8, 9 for Italy, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 for the Italians are going to be playing the Germans next.
Yeah,
and
the Swedish, the Hungarian.
So let's switch to race number 6.
30 seconds to the start. There is Kispe versus Favizak and Amos DB versus Relizid at the moment in the start. 19 seconds to go. Really bad positioning for Kispe. If he can run away, it will be... Ooh, nice penalty on Amos Benedetto, 10 seconds to start. There will be a penalty on Kispe too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all clear,
Oh,
but
it's,
penalty for
he-
Kispe. No, Kispe is out.
He jumped the gun, yep. So it's going to be on release Eid to be able to slow down the 2 Italians. So in a 2v2, you want 2 and 3 is a winning combo. Even though it's both 5 points with 1 and 4, the fact that they have the first place means that they will lose the match, or more easily if you have last place in a 2v2, you lose.
Good tactic here from the Hungarian. Try to split the fleet. So in one case, one of them will be penalized and stick together with the other one. Oh, bad tack here for release, but Fabio Zak tack as well. I think he had maybe a chance to give him a penalty, but he didn't want to risk it. And at the moment, Relezid is in the lead. Kispe is really, really far away.
Yeah, which is why release Eid has to cut some penalties on the Italians, because if he wants a chance for his teammate to catch up, even if he finishes first, that's a win for Italy.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to choose between Fabio Zak and Amos here.
Yeah, I believe Relezid is doing the right choice. Fabio Zak definitely the weaker here, with Amos already doing one of the final of the World Championship in 2022. So
Yep.
definitely someone you do not want to have a 1v1 against. You want to have the 1v1 against Fabio. But you do not want to have Amos as well in the lead. Don't understand why they do not try to give a penalty here. Probably they were scared to miss, but at the moment Relizid put himself in a really, really bad position. Because Amos is the one can give you a lot of trouble, and Kispe is really, really far away.
Yeah, and we see that the Italians managed to revert the situation with Amos in front of Release Eid and Fabio Zak now alone. Still in front of KSP as Release Eid takes the penalty from Amos.
Sailors here look at the ley line like a barrier. It was actually a good opportunity for the Hungarian to push Amos Di Benedetto out of the ley line and allow KSP to be closer. At the moment, it's getting harder for the Hungarian to come back, especially with the puffs coming back. What do you think?
Yeah, the Italians are going to have a nice little puff as they start their downwind, meaning that they're going to be able to put more distance on the Hungarians. Currently, there's a 50-meter difference between the last Italian and the first Hungarian, so it's going to be out of the wind shadow, and with that wind pressure coming in as they start the downwind, they're going to be able to increase that lead. They still have one long downwind after this.
Yeah, but at the moment is really, really bad for looking really bad for the Hungarians.
It's going to be hard to catch up. You can always hope on a mistake from the opponents, but usually that's not what's going to happen.
And at the moment, the Italians are flying away at 10 knots.
And the Italians are going to try to split-ish.
They're going for as fast as they could. They have a 100-meter lead.
Yeah, they don't need to split, I guess, because they already have a good lead, so they can just try to increase it.
Yeah.
Usually, you try to split if you want to protect a player, or if you want to try to narrow, or not narrow, but how would you say, like elongate the fleet of your opponents. Make them make a choice.
Double mistake here made one at the start from Quispe. Really bad positioning on the starting line. One on the release lead by forcing the attack over there. He doesn't have to. He has to be patient over there. One skill issue, one major tactical mistake done by the Hungarians, and the Italians were also really lucky to stay in the path and fly away with that.
Yeah, we've seen the Sweden have that kind of same luck against Germany in the Ilka race. It was.
Yeah.
Where they got a puff as they were starting the downwind in the Ilka, and they just flew out of reach. And yeah, unfortunately for Hungary, it's going to be another win for Italy. Well done, well played by them.
Yeah.
And the last race is going to be in the F50 again.
Italians are fighting against each other. Try to win in the race.
Who wins? Amos or Fabio?
I think Amos is not going to risk the victory against Fabio. Fabio is going faster. He will be on a better position after the next drive, but if Amos jump in front of him, he has a chance.
But I think it's going to be a win for... ooh, actually it was very close. Closer than I thought.
Yeah.
And between KSP and release seed, I think release seed is going to be
yeah.
crossing the finish line first.
Yeah, absolutely. But
the next
is
game
a
for
prediction
Hungary
or-
will be on the 10th, and the next game for Italy is going to be on the 11th.
Yeah.
As of now.
Seems Italy and Germany did not find an agreement for the 11th, are looking for a different date. Let's see what they can do for that.
40 seconds to go.
start.
Yep. Italy in blue, Hungary in green.
Nice path on the middle of the starting area, but no wind, small wind on the starting line, so it will be interesting. And it's time to roll right now. 10 seconds to the start. Everybody kind of much earlier than before, thank God. Peterson in a great position, a little bit too slow though. And Lorenzo getting the lead, but Charizard at the moment is getting the position over Zutzpeeder.
And he's going to be pushing Schutzpeter away as Lorenzo is going to be pushing Das Boot away.
Yeah.
And Amos is saying, Alberto didn't like my move. What move?
Which move? At the moment, seems Das Boot has jibed in the better wind, so he's going 3 knots faster than Lorenzo. Having the first is really important here. 26 knots for Charizard, 36 knots for Zutz. There is no wind over there. Would be risky, and I believe Hungary did the right thing.
Yeah, both
by
Hungarians
choosing the
deciding to
path
go
with
on
wind.
the... Exactly, going on that right mark. Both of the challenges going on that left mark. But that means that when they next cross, if they do cross, it's going to be the Italians with the right of way on starboard.
Yeah.
Meaning that Peter is going to have to yield.
Yeah, but he's going to
He
the
does.
other path that is on the right-hand side. So you see 25 knots for Lorenzo, 26 for Zutz. for Peter. There is more wind. The right wing shift is coming sooner or later. Das Boot is helping on Lorenzo. Nice slam dunk from Das Boot here. And now Zutz Peter is in a really strange position because the right wing shift is coming and Charizard is losing a lot of space right now.
We're gonna see Lorenzo here attack in front of Shoots Peter, but Peter still has a bit of speed.
Yeah.
But Lorenzo is still gonna be in front.
Mistake here by Zutz by not closing the door over Charizard and trapped here by Lorenzo.
Trapped by the two Italians. Das Boot is doing the same thing. He's gonna stop at the mark. Put the penalty on Charizard.
That was interesting. Would be interesting.
That is going to allow both of the Hungarians to take the lead.
Nice split with them. Sorry, go.
No, sorry, I was finished. I was just saying that this is what Hungary needed, 1 and 2. A lot easier to defend. They managed that penalty. Will, we said at the start, a penalty on the F50 is gonna be very costful. If you get the penalty, the opponent is very likely to be able to overtake. And that's what happened. Das Boot preparing for Charizard, now attacking, jibing in front of the two Italians. Shoots Peter going on the right. And Das Boot.
So he's blocking both the Italian.
And now it's all about managing the fleets, managing the puffs.
So how do you think the Italian team what would they will say about the Charizard and Lorenzo losing the only match against Hungary?
Oh, they're going to be...
Mockery will be.
For sure, they're going to be... I don't know what the word is, but they're going to be...
Mockery is fine. Oh, that was a really bad attack by Das Boot. He put himself in a really crazy situation. But he's still going faster than Charizard, so...
Charizard's going to decide to attack away.
Yeah. Everything is changed by a penalty got by Charizard on the last upwind mark.
Exactly.
And
it was
game over. And now we have a 1-2 here.
Ooh, actually, Lorenzo is still very close to Peter.
Yeah, they're really close. Lorenzo has the inside. They are overlapped. There is no win for Lorenzo. There is still win for Zutz. He gets that 5 meters.
And he gets the lead over here. Now you just need to cross the finish line, and that'll be a win for Hungary versus Italy in a 2v2 F50 against a very strong lineup from Italy.
Yeah.
They can be proud for on this win for sure.
Absolutely. And now we will start the mockery now. A nice match during the downwind. Impressive what have done the Italians on the first upwind, where they trapped everybody, and but nice comeback with the penalty of Stefano Bonatti changing the course of the race.
Yep. Well, we saw that penalty really changed everything and really allowed the Hungarians to take the lead. And it was one of these moments, one of these crucial moments that they managed to this time nail. So they can be proud of themselves for this one. But it is an overall decisive win for Italy, 6-1 versus Hungary. So they're going to be tied in terms of points with Sweden at the top of their group.
Yep.
But I believe Sweden will still have the lead, having won 7-0 above Italy, 1-6-1. And that'll be the first round for Group A. Then we're going to have Group B. It's going to be next, this Sunday, tomorrow, Japan versus Switzerland. and on Monday, France versus Poland, 2 very interesting matches.
Yeah.
And that means that Monday night we'll have the overall group standings after the first round in the group stage for the eSailing Nations Cup. And yeah, I guess it's going to be time for us to call it a night. Thank you all for
Thanks
watching.
everybody. Yeah.
Congratulations to Italy for winning 6-1. Congratulations to Hungary for that last race. Hopefully they can learn more from that, and they can watch the replay and know how to take the fight then to Sweden and Germany. And well, thank you, Alberto, for being here with me, and a quick shout out to Omer Guler as well in the background, taking the screenshots of the races and giving sending the instructions to join the arenas. Any last words from you, Alberto?
This is a great start of Group A, having 2 decisive wins. I'm really looking forward to see what's happening next.
Yeah, same. Very exciting matches in the coming days. All before the Christmas break is going to be all the matches from the group stage, and then the knockout is going to start when we all come back from our Christmas break. Buona notte, Stefano. Spera, Kavai. Pimpy, have a good night. Gato Meow. Thanks, Alberto. Thanks, Oscar. Nice job. Appreciate that. Shuzia, GG. Gato Meow. Night. Have a nice streams. We'll do that. Thank you all for watching. This has been Oscar, your host with Alberto, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.